Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to week 13 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone, that's Cam Stewart, and combined Cam last week, we were 5-1 on our best bets. You were 10-6, I was 9-7 overall, but the best bets are what matters, and we killed it. So a little Barry Horowitz, as you like to say, we got to pat ourselves on the back every once in a while.
Yeah, that's the thing about this business. You get hate, you get love. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you going to do? It was great, Drew, too, on the radio show that I did. I went 5-0 too with the bets on Sunday. So all shows good this week. We hit a rough patch earlier, but this is the thing. Now maybe we're getting some breaks, and great job on your best bets. 3-0, that's beautiful, baby. Let's roll.
Yeah, like we said, Mike Tomlin against Jeff Saturday. We'll give the edge to Tomlin.
Yeah, nice
what a
clock
mess.
management at the end of that game. Watching Matt Ryan play football, literally, like, it raises my blood pressure. Like, and the thing is, you know what the best is too? Colts could have won that game if they had a game plan. Give Jonathan Taylor the ball. Like, they lost that game due to their game plan. They have the players on the team. The Pittsburgh Steelers did nothing in that game, but at the end, I ended up winning a bar pool, Drew, because we had a tiebreaker with picks, and I had 41, and the game landed on 41. So I won $400 in a bar pool too. I got to go collect that money later on in the week.
There you go. Free
My
bar
girlfriend
tab
came
for the rest of the year.
Yes. Yeah. We cleaned up.
You guys rigged it. Then, is what
We're
you're
a
saying.
team. Yeah.
All right, Cam, let's first off, all the lines powered on the show are powered by Sports Interaction, Canada Sportsbook, 19 plus. Please play responsibly, make all your bets there, and me and Cam will be very happy. Also listen to us on everywhere you find your audio podcast. That's Spotify, Apple, Google Play, and everywhere else. Please download, rate, and review, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Me and Cam appreciate all the likes and subscribers. Thank you very much. We'll get into Thursday Night Football now, Cam. Buffalo going to New England, the rematch of the super wild card weekend when Bills smoked the New England Patriots 47-17. 4.5 point road favorites. We got some reverse line movement, which is weird. Cam, where are you going in this one?
It's interesting, too. When you look at the Bills, they're an 8-3 football team. Look at their ATS record, Drew, in the last 10. 4-5-1, where the Patriots are 6-3-1. But here's the thing. I know New England's had time off, but Buffalo, I think they could be a matchup problem for New England. I do worry about Allen, how healthy he was. You watched the Thanksgiving game with Detroit. Yeah. Obviously, there's something wrong. He made some uncharacteristic throws, but here's the deal. Buffalo has to go on a Tootsie Roll because the Jets are playing great. And look at Miami. Like, that division, everybody in that division, the Bills can really take a punch out in New England and basically, like, really hurt their playoff chances with a win here. I think Buffalo wants it. I think they win by a touchdown. It's tough. You're right. It's 4.5 now. People are probably going to be on Buffalo. I can't bet New England, Drew. And I will be honest, we're very transparent on this show. I don't like New England, and I hope Buffalo beats their ass in. So I'm going to take the Bills to win this game, and hopefully it's kind of a heart bet, but I'm on Buffalo Bill.
Usually when we see reverse line movement, Cam, it's Vegas trapping you, which is what it seems like they're doing. They're trying to make people bet on the Bills, which I don't like. But at the same time, we saw Allen when it wasn't inclement weather, like the hurricane force winds, he dominates the Patriots defense. My only worry is the Bills defense has not been great, but they're getting some key bodies back. So, I'll take the Bills as well. So we are both on the same side on Thursday Night Football. We don't love it. Will it be in your best bets, Cam? Probably not.
No, it probably won't be. It's also maybe good money line parlay material. And if it stayed at 5.5, I'd probably do a 6-point teaser and find a dance partner. But you know what I mean? I'm not betting on New England, guys. Like, we're going to be honest, like, it's not my favorite game, but it's Buffalo or nothing here. And I'll bet on Buffalo.
Speaking of Thursday, Cam, I saw you cooked a turkey live on a show.
Yes.
How did you manage that? Did you have the oven in the background, or
no? I just time things right, Drew. I only get 2-minute breaks on that show too. I did mashed potatoes, turkey, sides, everything. Yeah, you saw me with the oven mitts. It worked out well. Yeah, that's what they have a big joke because I wear the same shirts, 2 turkeys and 1 polo. That's what the guy said in the chat, because I got 1 polo shirt and then 2 turkeys.
I thought you brought like the oven into the room with your camera and like baked it right there.
Yeah, here's my convection oven here.
Just
you like
basting the turkey live on the show.
I was basically in the 2-minute break, so I did take it out, give it a little bit of butter on top, put it back in. You know the drill, Drew. Your parents own a meat shop. Low and slow is the way to go. Got to have patience with a beautiful bird.
How long did the bird last you? A few days?
I'm gonna make some soup. It's still there now. It's kind of on the cusp of going bad.
Yeah,
but,
now you can just make a broth with it. You throw it in the water.
Exactly. Basically, I'm gonna smell the turkey, and if it still gives it the smell test, I'm gonna make basically like a turkey noodle soup instead of chicken noodle soup with the shreds.
I love how the generation now, it's like they Google. It's like if it's been in the fridge for over 12 hours, you can't eat it. Where you're just like, I'll smell it. If it's good, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care about no.
Yeah. Wow. honestly, these guys would be, they don't want to know the things I do. Like expiry dates, I'm not going to get in it. We can talk about another show. They're basically guidelines. That's what they are.
It's like pizza. I always leave my pizza box on the kitchen counter. And the next morning I'm eating a sliced pizza. And if you Google it, they're like, you can't eat pizza if it's been sitting for 12 hours. It's so bad for you. All the bacteria. I'm like,
people are idiots. True. There's actually,
like,
there's misconceptions out there. My mom even told me, like, people like in Europe and stuff, they leave eggs out. They don't even keep them in the fridge. So all you guys worrying about like getting sick and stuff like that. Yeah. You got to worry about mayonnaise. You got to worry about curdled cream, but a pizza or 1 or 2 days, like, give me a break. Like, just anyway,
my go-to move is grabbing the pizza box with like the pizza leftovers and putting it in the oven, but the oven's off. And then the next day I open the oven. I'm like, oh, there it is. Boom. Pour it on the cooking sheet. Boom.
See, you've learned from me, Drew. That's my old move. I've had that one for 40 years.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, but apparently it's bad for you. You shouldn't be doing it, but I'm never going to stop.
I couldn't care less about the pizza struggling. What do we got next?
Moving on to Sunday, Cam. We got the Denver Broncos going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. 2 disappointing performances last week. Russell Wilson now getting yelled at by his defensive players coming off the field.
Sick of them.
They're just like, do something. Like, oh man, this guy's only got 7 touchdown passes through 12 weeks. 8.5 point favorites are the Baltimore Ravens. I want to take the Broncos, but I'm sick of losing money taking the Broncos, Cam. So I have to go Ravens just out of spite, even though I don't like either of these teams or betting on either of these teams. The Ravens screwed my money line parlay last week, but I got to go back to the well with the Baltimore Ravens.
That's the thing. I know gambling can really like turn you against teams. Like I hate the Houston Texans for costing me that $8,000 parlay. I saw your thing. You would have won, what was it, like 12 or 13
I
grand?
I would have won 13 grand if Damien Harris got a touchdown. And he leaves injured.
Basically, 2 plays cost us $21,000 in parlays. I know everyone's got a sad story, but it's true. Like it's documented. Here's the deal. I'm with you. I think Denver, this thing's going to implode. I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Wilson's teammates actually like took a swing at him soon. Baltimore sucks. I think they're overrated. I know guys come at me on Twitter all the time. Cameron, you hate Baltimore. Well, guys, I don't hate Baltimore at all. I just think they're one of the most overrated teams when it comes to point spreads, and Jacksonville beat them last week. But guys, I'm joining the Raven flock too. 8.5. Denver might cover in this game on the back door, but I don't even trust their offense. But here's the thing. Baltimore needs to make a statement after that loss. Things are getting real. I expect them to win this game by 10-13. It's only, what are we looking at? 8.5 now? I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah, and this total's 38.5, which just shows you the Broncos can't score. It's like 14 points a week tops from this team.
It's a tough game, though, Drew. Like, I'm going to tell you the world's going to be on Baltimore. We might be regretting it, but let's do it.
I mean, I'm not riding with Russell Wilson ever again, so
nope.
I can't do it. Can't do it, Cam. Nope. Yeah. Anyways, what did you think of? Did you see Lamar Jackson's tweet reply to one of the fans that told him like, this guy's asking for $250 million guaranteed. You can't give him that if you can't even win against Jacksonville. And he snapped on the guy. Said like, shut your mouth. And I was like, whoa, like Lamar, get off of Twitter after the game, bud.
Exactly, guys. Like if guys like me and you can't handle, like these guys are professional athletes, you're going to have parasites and trolls come at you left, right, and center. And here's the thing about Lamar Jackson. I think he's a great athlete. But you know what it is, Drew? It's the inconsistency of throws, moving around and stuff. Like he's a great athlete, but as a true quarterback that has to make tough throws, his accuracy still needs work, and that's an issue with him. But you know what else you going to do? You got to pay the man money. But this Baltimore team, not as good as people think. They got great special teams, and Tucker almost nutted like a 70-yard kick. The guy's unbelievable. Like think about all the wins they've had because of their kicking too. They could be a hell of a lot worse. But we're going with Ravens this week. Randy Raven.
Yeah. And I feel bad for them. They could use some weapons other than Mark Andrews for Lamar. Like he has a little bit of excuse when Robinson's his top receiver. But all right, moving on. The return of Deshaun Watson to Houston, Cam. How weird how this worked out. The NFL just surprisingly his first game back against the Houston Texans.
Why not?
The Texans are 7-point underdogs at home for Watson's return. He hasn't played football in 700 days, Cam. So you know what? It's unorthodox, but I'm going with the Texans here. This is their Super Bowl. Their ownership's probably like, hey, here's $300,000 in everyone's pocket if you beat this guy, because we are not letting him come in our building and beat us. Like I think Houston's live on the money line in this game, Cam.
I couldn't agree. Drew, am I rubbing off on you? This is a perfect spot. And the thing is, look at that comeback against Miami too. Houston almost covered like with the
that was because McDaniel's an idiot. Like keeping his backups in for so long.
Oh, I know. But here's the thing though, too. Now that Davis Mills is done, right? Allen's got a chance. The one thing about this guy that I've known is I don't think he's as bad as everyone thinks. He's actually okay. He's bad, but he's not a downgrade from Davis Mills. It's basically 1A and 1B. And the thing is, Drew, Cleveland Browns too, these guys, you said it, Deshaun Watson hasn't played football. I was on Cleveland against Tampa Bay. They won outright. Now we're getting 7 points. I don't know, Drew. We've been doing this a while. I think I'm rubbing off on you, but you're right. I think money line sprinkle. This will probably make the minerals for me. I like Houston to cover the 7. I think they can win the game outright. We haven't seen Bagman in a while. We're 3 for 3 on our picks so far in agreement.
Cam, there's everyone I'm seeing all over the media. They're just like, oh yeah, Watson's going to go in there and put on a show.
He's gonna be brutal.
Like,
actually,
what are you talking about? He hasn't played football in almost 3 years. Like,
I agree.
He's not just going to wake up and be like surprised. And like for all we know, half the Cleveland locker room doesn't even like the guy. He hasn't practiced all year.
You know what the thing is? They like Brissett. That's the thing at the end of that game. I actually, you know what? I got to bet this game now because I want to get over 7 points in this game. Drew, I'm already going to make it a mineral pick. I don't know if it's going to be gold, silver, or bronze, but give me Houston. I love them this week. And you know what? The Houston fans, everything. Like this is, you said it. This is their Super Bowl.
It's going to be a war zone when Watson gets in there. Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Yeah. And even half the Cleveland fan base doesn't even like the guy. So yeah, it'll be an interesting football game for sure. Definitely will be on one of the screens at my house out of the 5. Yep. Okay. Moving on. The Washington Commanders going to New York to take on the Giants. The Giants are +1.5 at home. Home underdogs, Cam. Washington was screwed. Your only best bet last week. Well, Atlanta did because they should have won that game.
They were on the 1 yard line, guys. I'm going to say, like, I don't make excuses on the show, but honestly, the fact that Atlanta didn't win that game, and know what they drew? They were running the ball great, and then you decide to throw a pick from the 1 yard line. Like, I don't understand these coaches, guys. It's not a difficult thing.
I think they're throwing the games. Like, I honestly think there's no other reason.
It feels that way. It feels like weird things are happening here. I don't know. Do you want to start in this game? Because this is a really tough game.
Yeah, I'm giving me Brian Dable at home as an underdog. Everyone's off the Giants because their last 2 weeks they've been performing so poorly. Everyone's on the Commanders because of their last 2 wins, but I don't buy the Washington Commanders. I don't buy the Giants either, but I'm going to take the home underdogs in a division game.
My instinct's telling me Washington, but I'm going to be with you again on the Giants. I don't know, man. The Giants, the one thing I worry about, though, that defense hasn't looked as good the last few weeks, too, Drew.
Right.
But the thing is, there's a recipe to win this game. Basically, Daniel Jones is, I think, a better version of Heineke. He can actually make
He's a better version of Mariota. He can move this as well.
He's a much better version of Mariota. He makes and people are like, oh, Daniel Jones makes mistakes. No, Mariota makes mistakes, and so does Heineke, and he's lucky. Heineke's very lucky. A lot of his balls that should be picked don't. Like, he's one of those guys, when you look at luck ratios, he's like way at the top of the list. I like the Giants as well here. We're getting 1.5 points. I got to be honest with you, Drew. This will not make the mineral picks. This game is difficult.
No chance.
Give me the G-men.
I honestly don't even know if this will be on any of the TVs because I don't know if I want to watch this football game. I'll see the highlights, but we'll see. All right. Your two cats, Cam, taking on one another, the Lions and the Jaguars. It's like a battle of brothers for you. The Lions are home underdogs at +1.5. 73% of the public is on Detroit. Despite Jacksonville upsetting the Ravens last week, the fans think they're coming back down to earth. You can start this one since it's your family taking on one another. You tell us.
It is. Oh, man. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know why.
I just expect it.
No, the thing is, and I love Detroit too. They've covered all the time, but you know what? I think that win with Jacksonville is going to spark Lawrence. For once, he actually, for the first time in his career, Drew, he looked like the Clemson Lawrence. Took the team, took the bull by the horns. They win the game. They go for 2. That's a spark. That's a spark. They're both 4-7 football teams. Look at their ATS record. The Lions now 6-4. Think about how bad they started against the spread, how good they are now. All they do is cover. As for Jacksonville, I think this is a springboard for them. This is crazy going against the Lions because, you know, I love the Detroit Lions. They're my de facto favorite team. Give me Johnny Jaguar here. We're getting, what do we do? 1.5? Yeah, I think people are going to be, you know what? Detroit's going to be a home dog, and I don't want any part of it. Give me the Jaguars.
Cam, our first disagreement. I got to go with the Lions here. I love Trevor Lawrence. I just don't trust their offense still. ETN's banged up. I know they said he could have come back, but I don't know. I just think Detroit's got something in them. Like, they almost beat the Bills last week, and I think the Bills are better than the Ravens. So give me the Lions as a home underdog. I mean, it's not a game I'll be outright betting because I don't like either side as much, but I have to go for the show. I got to go on Detroit. All right, mystery tiebreaker man for the first time this week, Cam. Can you guess which side he's on?
Jacksonville.
Detroit, home underdog, surprisingly.
Wow, I should have known better. I knew he'd be on Detroit. That was a bad guess. Horrible guess by me.
The Jets, Cam, going to the Vikings to take on Minnesota. Minnesota,
good. You can start this one.
Mike White against Kirk Cousins. Cam, you're giving me essentially Peyton Manning because Kirk Cousins at 1 p.m. is unbelievable, and he's only has to win by 3 points against Mike White. Everyone's all over, Mike White, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Guys, he was playing the Chicago Bears. They would have won that game with Zach Wilson, let's be honest. So yeah, give me Kirk Cousins because everyone's going to be, even though there is some reverse line movement, which scares me, but I will be on the Vikings here, Cam. I don't believe in Mike White. Do you?
I kind of like the Jets defense. I don't think this game is as easy as people think. Minnesota's got to start figuring it out, though. Like, I know they're a 9-2 football team, but they're a flawed football team, right? Good record at home, though, 5-1. But their ATS record at home is 3-3. So they find a win games, Drew. They always are in close games. They're kind of like the Chargers of the NFC. They always have like a lot of weird games or things that go off script. But I want to take the Jets. I really do.
So
I think the Jets. I will. I'm going to take the New York Jets.
Mike White fan, Cameron Stewart. I like it. And explain. do you honestly think that they would have lost that game with Zach Wilson? They probably win the game by the same amount, right? Maybe not the same amount, but yeah.
They win with Zach Wilson. I'm not going to deny that. But the thing I like about Mike White, he stirs up the team. He doesn't complain. See what happens. So basically, this is the thing about football, like with Russell Wilson and guys coming at you now. Like, you're a quarterback, you have to win that locker room, right?
Yeah.
Not lose it. And Wilson is a kid. You can't act like a veteran when you've done nothing in this league and you've regressed. So you know what? Magic Mike White, from Western Kentucky, this guy could do his thing and the players like him. You saw all of it. He spread it around last week. You saw Wilson. Like, that's the
Elijah
thing.
Moore's first good game of the season.
Yes, buddy. I'm telling you, the Jets could win this game against Minnesota. I don't think it's easy as people think. I'm going to stay with the Jets here.
Well, I didn't say it was easy. I'm just saying I'm getting prime Kirk Cousins because 1 o'clock.
Less confidence equals good for our picks.
Yes, that's true. All right, mystery tiebreaker man is on the New York Jets with you.
Wow, that's surprising.
A Mike White believer, surprisingly. So 2 against me. Moving on, Mike Tomlin going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Pickett against Mariota. The Falcons are 1-point home favorites. Listen, Cam, I can start here. Anytime Tomlin's an underdog, I have to bet on him. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm off this Atlanta train now. I'm over it. They were great to start the year, but now I'm just off the train. No, thank you.
I hate the game. Oh God, I'll take Atlanta just to be contrarian. Like, I honestly got, guys watching this show. This is like, if you said don't bet one game, this is the one I'd probably leave. Pittsburgh. You're right though, Drew. You bring up a good point. It's like, you should not even be laying 1 point with Atlanta. They've been horrible, but they could also won that game against Washington. The thing about Pittsburgh is they have these spurts where they're good and spurts where they're horrible. The Colts just didn't take advantage of it when their offense couldn't move the ball.
Yep.
This is a train wreck game. Probably the over. That total looks a little bit light. I don't think, I think they'll be able to score some points here. Give me, Frankie Falcon, I guess, laying 1. I wouldn't have to lay 1. I'll take Atlanta. Maybe they win by a field goal. Horrible game to pick.
It's essentially a pick 'em. I just trust TJ Watt to get to Mariota and cause problems. So, I'll take the Steelers. Mystery tiebreaker man is on the Atlanta Falcons with you, Cam. So 2 against 1 yet again. All right.
Weird.
Probably the game of the week. Maybe there's one more. The Titans going to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. The Eagles are 5.5-point home favorites. Issue with the Philadelphia Eagles, Cam, they have a hard time stopping the run. We saw the Green Bay Packers cover against them last Sunday nights. So I have to go with Mike Vrabel and the Titans here. I think Derrick Henry might just run all over the Eagles. That's their one issue. That's their one concern for Eagles fans in the playoffs, is that San Fran or one of these heavy run teams might run all over them. So let's see if they can do it. But until they do, I'm taking the Tennessee Titans as essentially 6-point underdogs.
I'm with you, Drew. The game went according to plan last week. I know a lot of people like Tennessee. I think were we both on Cincinnati last week?
I was on the Titans. You were on the Bengals.
Oh, you were on the Titans, sir. I thought we were a team last week with the Bengals. And the Bengals are getting better and better all the time. The Titans actually played them close. I agree with you on Vrabel. This will be an absolute dogfight war. If Philadelphia wins, I think they win by 3 or 4. Asking them to win by 6 might be a little too much. Give me the Titans in this spot. I'll take the points. We're getting 5.5. I'll take them.
Yeah, and this is, I think, honestly, this is the Eagles' first real, I wouldn't say, it is their first real test. They haven't really beaten anybody or
they haven't, let's be honest. They haven't been good lately. You lost to the Commanders. You could have lost to the Colts. You saw those guys play on Monday night. Yeah. They made me vomit watching Matt Ryan in that offense. And now all of a sudden you barely cover against Green Bay when Green Bay puts up, 33 on you? Like, give me a break here. I got to take Tennessee. Philadelphia has not been the same team. That's fact.
Since their loss, for sure, they have not been the same, and that's why Tennessee might win this game outright. Cam, that wouldn't shock me.
I kind of think you're barking up the right tree, Drew.
Maybe a Titans Texans money line parlay, probably like plus 850.
I love where you're going there. Yeah, why not put $40 on it or whatever? Try to win like 6, 7. I agree with you. I think that's very possible.
Might be worth it. All right. The Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers has come out and said, I will be playing this week. And I don't believe this thumb injury nonsense. Like, oh, how convenient. You're struggling finally for the first time in your career, and all of a sudden, oh, my thumb's broken. I can't grip a football properly. no one's buying what you're selling Aaron Rodgers. Like, if it was that bad, you wouldn't be throwing the football. Like, it's a broken thumb in your throwing hand. You're telling me if it was that bad, Cam, he'd be playing right now?
Yep. Here's the thing. Is this game off the board?
I got -4 Green Bay.
Okay, guys. So, I don't know how we're going to judge this game. This line's going to change with injury news. Fields is probably going to be out again, I think.
Yep.
Is it going to be Simeon? You know what? I'll take the Bears because they're getting 4. And I think I really don't care if it's Love, Rodgers, or whatever. I think Green Bay, it's a lost season for them. And I know it's a rivalry game against the Bears. I think the Bears will be more fired up for this game. I know they were horrible against the Jets, but you're giving me 4 points at home. I don't trust Green Bay as a favorite. They played pretty good against Philadelphia, but their defense reeks, right, Drew? So I'll take 4 with Chicago. Hold my nose.
Issue is their defense reeks, Cam, but Trevor Simeon gonna be able to take advantage of that. Like, I got to go Green Bay here. I don't care if Jordan Love looked better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, he looked like he could move out of the pocket. He was making some nice throws. Hit Watson in stride for that 66-yard touchdown or whatever it was. Yeah, I got to go to the Packers regardless of who's playing quarterback. Even if Fields is back, I'm still going Packers -4 because Green Bay just owns Chicago. It's kind of like the Bills against the Patriots, the 22 years that Tom Brady was there. It's just they can't beat this team. So give me the Packers. Mystery tiebreaker man, once again, Cam, is with you on the Chicago Bears. Not good that I'm against you guys in all these games, but
it could be very good.
That's true. That's true.
We'll find out on Monday.
We'll see how it falls. The Miami Dolphins, Cam, going to San Fran to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Some people calling this a Super Bowl preview. I don't know about that, but it is probably the game of the week. Listen, 3.5-point favorites. The public likes Miami as the underdog on the road. I don't know what to do here with this game because Miami's defense isn't great, but McCaffrey's banged up, so he might not play. So you can start this one.
I will start. And San Francisco, their offense was horrible against New Orleans. I think they actually kind of just had a vanilla game plan.
I think they just took the day off. That's what it looked like.
That's the thing. And they still cover because the Saints can't score a point. I like San Francisco here. I don't care how good Miami's been playing. Their defense will get to Mariota and shut down all the things that Miami wants to do in that game. San Francisco's defense is lethal. I think they win this game by a touchdown. They're -3.5. Give me San Francisco at home. This team is special because thing is, even when Garoppolo doesn't play well, they can win games with defense. And Miami, I know they have weapons. I think they'll have a game plan to stop their aerial attack, force Miami to run the ball. And I think San Francisco was going to hit Tua early and often. Niners by a touchdown, Drew. That's my pick.
Who's got the advantage with the McDaniel-Shanahan angle? Because people are saying like, oh, McDaniel knows all about Shanahan. But
Shanahan
knows all about the offense that McDaniel's going to try and run.
Yeah, come on. Shanahan. McDaniel's just got, like, Shanahan has an advantage for sure.
Okay, well, since you said that, I'm going to go San Fran as well. I do think Miami could win this football game, depending on if CMC is out or not. That's a big blow to them if he doesn't play. But for now, give me the 49ers. All right, the Los Angeles Rams, Cam. What a disaster this team has been. Seahawks going there on the road, 8-point road favorites. I don't think if you showed me this line before the season started, I'd be like, there's no way Seattle's going to be 8-point favorites on the road in LA. Like, they're the Super Bowl champs. But here we are, Cam, and let me know why you think Seattle can cover 8 points. Aaron Donald looked like he banged up now too, and he might miss the game. So, I mean, LA, no Cup, no Stafford, no Robinson, no Aaron Donald. I mean, I'm expecting Jalen Ramsey to come out with a mystery injury now soon too and just throw the season. But where are you going in this game?
Listen, I actually warned people about the Raiders-Seattle game. Jacobs torched Seattle. Seattle's defense has been putrid the last couple of weeks, but the Rams don't have the weapons to exploit the weaknesses in Seattle's run defense. Seattle, on the other hand, this is a huge game for them. They're 6-5. They're still in the playoff hunt here. They have to go in there and take care of business. I would advise a teaser rather than laying the points, but this show is about laying points. We have to think, what numbers are we going to cover? I will tease Seattle down to 1, but I'm going to take Seattle to win this game. I think they win by probably 11-14, Drew. It's a big spread of 8. This is the thing. Geno Smith and that offense was good against the Raiders. It was the defense. Pete Carroll and these guys got to figure it out this week. I don't think the Rams have the pieces to exploit Seattle. Jacobs had a special game against them. Give me the Seahawks and a bounce back.
Yeah, I think the issue here is the Rams O-line. And Kyron Williams looked okay out of the backfield catching the football, but running the ball, both him and Akers struggled because their line just can't run block right now. But maybe Seattle's just with the doctor order. Maybe they're able to run all over them. I don't know. But I have to take the Seahawks here. I can't bet money on the Rams, though. The Rams essentially almost covered against the Chiefs. Like, that was a scary football game. The Chiefs just essentially were like, it's the Rams. We don't need to try against them. It was a really weird football game. And Mahomes did not look great throwing a red zone interception. That game was a mess. But yeah, I'm with you on the Seahawks. It's a must-win game for Seattle, right?
Yep. Big time. Yeah, you lose this game to the Rams, your season's probably going to go down the toilet, and you got to beat the Rams. They're a 3-8 football team. Their season's toast. Seattle.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, the Los Angeles Chargers going to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders coming off that huge OT win over your Seahawks. The Chargers just escaped with a 1-point victory over the Cardinals. Didn't cover for us like we both thought they would. I'll start this one, Cam. I got to go with the Chargers here. I don't trust the Vegas Raiders. I mean, they're not going against the Seattle defense in this game, so I got to take the better team, I think, on paper, and they only have to win this game essentially by 1. So give me the Chargers.
Here's the thing. The Chargers, that was an interesting decision to go for 2 and win that game. And I think might spark the team. As for the Raiders, they're playing better football. This is the tougher game than I think, but Drew, you're right. High voltage it is. I'm going to go with the Chargers just for the fact that Herbert and that offense. And the thing is, they have Austin Eckler. They can do some things to the Raiders. Yep. They can soften them up. I think the Chargers win this game by 3. It's going to be a classic division game, but we're only laying 1.5, right? So I will take the Chargers in this spot, but this is going to be a very tough game. The Raiders are playing a lot better than people give them credit for. They've been pretty good the last few weeks.
Yeah, and then this is their season on the line as well, because if they go to 4-8, the playoffs are out of the picture. If they can go to 5-7, they're right back in there, especially if New England loses on Thursday. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs, Cam, going to Cincinnati, a rematch of the AFC Conference Championship last year where the Bengals upset the Chiefs. The KC Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites on the road. I'll say it again. Anytime you're giving me Patrick Mahomes, Cam, under a field goal, I know the Bengals have been better lately, but this is a revenge spot for Mahomes, and he doesn't have a lot of these games, and he only has to win by a field goal. Give me the Chiefs. I know Jamar Chase is back. I know Bengals fans. I know your offense is going to be fully loaded. Doesn't matter to me. I have to take the Chiefs in this spot.
To be honest with you, I'll give you the same old story. I don't think the Chiefs, like, how impressive was their game last week against the Rams? It wasn't, but maybe they walk through it. Yeah, I understand that. Here's the thing. These guys, the Chiefs, last 10, they're 2-7-1 ATS. And do you know the Cincinnati Bengals all of a sudden are 8-2 against the spread?
Yep.
I know it's 2.5. That line went down for a reason, Drew. They put it at 3. They're going to get more Bengal money. This seems like a move to get more KC money. I'm not falling for it. You know me and the Bengals. I stick by my cats. Maybe it is personal too. Like, I don't know, maybe the Chiefs beating the Bills all the time and breaking my buddies' hearts and everything else. It's just, I like betting against Kansas City. And right now I'm making you bet money against them because they don't cover numbers. They win games, but they don't cover numbers.
They covered last week.
Their season ATS record is garbage.
Oh, I know. I agree with you. I'm just saying they covered.
So if I bet against the Chiefs every week, which I almost do right now, I'm up a lot of units right now. And I'll take the Bengals to win this game outright. I'll take the 2.5. I know we disagree. You have a higher opinion of the Chiefs. I think they're a very good football team. I still think they're a beatable football team this year.
I just have a lower opinion.
As there were.
I just have a lower opinion on the Bengals than you do.
Okay,
Cam.
I understand that.
I don't think they're a contending team this year. I don't think their team lines up on paper against most teams. I think they're frauds, personally. Which some Bengals fans are gonna be like,
"That's
what
strong.
are you doing?"
That's strong. They're not frauds. You just think they're overrated.
One and done. They're not winning a playoff game. I'll mark it down right here.
Here comes the confidence again.
Bengals fans are gonna be like, "Yes, keep saying that, Drew.
Keep talking, Drew. We'll see the Bengals. We'll see you in the Super Bowl again."
Yeah, exactly. Mystery tiebreaker man is on the Chiefs with me.
Of course he is.
As usual, I think tiebreaker man's been on the Chiefs every week. Yes. All right, the Colts, Cam, on Sunday Night Football. What a mess this game is. Going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Jeff Saturday's first, actually, that's not primetime appearance. He just played on Monday Night Football. The Cowboys, 10.5-point favorites at home. Cam, you can start this one.
No, you start this one.
You want me to start this one? All right, I can't lay money with Jeff Saturday. I don't care how many points you're giving me.
I don't want to lay 10.5 with Dallas either, but I don't want to take the Colts. As I said, I want to turn this into a game show where you can like pass on a couple of games, like hit a buzzer and say we don't have
use
to
use a +7 card to gain 7 points in a game or something.
Like a lifeline or a teaser card. No, Drew, maybe we'll come up with concepts next time when we have more time because we'll in the off season. But yeah, if we're gonna look at it right now, it's 10.5.
Yep.
I don't think Indy's even got the ability in the back door. I don't like this game, people. Like I don't think it's going to be like Dallas just winning by 35. They might win right around the number. I'll take Dallas to win this game by 14 points, cover 10.5. I don't like it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't not like it though. That's the thing. Like, I don't trust Matt Ryan to go into Dallas in prime time and win this football game or keep it close. Jonathan Taylor is probably their only recipe for doing that. And we saw last night on Monday Night Football, they just go away from Taylor for some reason every now and then. They're just like, you know what? One of the best running backs in football. Let's just not give him the football and put the ball in Matt Ryan's hands so he can throw some more interceptions. Yeah, what a mess. Anyways, let's move on. That game stinks. We're both on Dallas. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the New Orleans Saints. We've seen Tom Brady struggle in his time in Tampa against the Saints, Cam. But can Andy Dalton and the Saints keep this one close or win this one outright like we've seen in the past?
Are we going to see Jameis Winston this week? Is this the week? Like, are we going to, or is it pack? Like, I just don't understand
I don't know
what's happening.
Yeah,
can we see more Taysom Hill? Like, if there's a game plan where you just use Dalton and rotate 3 quarterbacks, I love the Saints in this spot. Look what their defense did against a good San Francisco team. It's not their fault. And here, this line from -6 to 3.5. People are going to smash Tampa Bay. I watched that game against Cleveland. Tampa Bay is a flawed football team still. Drew, look at their ATS record at home. 0-4-1. They haven't covered a damn game. 2-7-1 in their last 10. Here's the thing. The Saints are a bad team, but, you know, I'm going to take the 3.5 with New Orleans. I think they can win this game. Give me the Saints, and you know me. I always bet against Tampa Bay. Sorry, Tampa Bay fans. I'm just not a fan. Like, I want the Saints to win this game, and it's a little bit of a heart bet, but I think 3.5 is enough. If I think the Saints can win outright, I'll take the points.
100%. If you think the Saints can win outright, I just don't see this is a must-win game for. Is it a must-win? I don't even know if it's a must-win.
The thing is, Drew,
because like that division's so bad.
It is a must. Yeah, no, that's the thing. They can lose again. It doesn't matter. Like that's the thing. And there's no guarantees when you need a must-win game that you're going to win the game. The other team could just show up. The old Saints team used to kick the crap out of Tampa Bay. I know they're not the same, but I'll tell you, they take it personally with Tom Brady. They like to hurt him.
Did you see what Leftwich said about Brady when he's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't want to call timeout at the end because what if he throws an interception?" I'm just like, "What are you talking about? It's Tom Brady with 38 seconds left. You think he's going to throw an interception? It's Tom Brady in our full team. I don't like the guy, but if I have Tom Brady under center, I'm not like my worry is not he might throw a game-sealing interception here. It's let's use the timeout to get down the field because that was an embarrassing coaching display by Tampa last week, Cam.
I agree, but the thing is, I'm going to take the Saints in this spot.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit risky with their offense is putrid, but Tampa Bay's offense has a lot of issues too. So, the Saints defense has a history of hitting Tom Brady and making things really miserable for him, man. That's the thing. The Saints they got some mean dudes on that team. And I'll tell you, they played great against San Francisco, a decent team, and they were in good spots. And
I know their offense just sucks.
Oh, I know. That's the thing. It's an issue, but you know what? I think I'm going to take the Saints plus 3.5. I have to.
All right. Well, I'm going to take Tom Brady in primetime by 3.5 points, Cam. Brady's let me down a lot this year against the spread, but I got to go back to the well. And mystery tiebreaker man is on my side for once. On Tom Brady, I'm on Monday Night Football, so it's 2-1 against you, Cam. All right. Moving on to our best bets. I think you guys know that which one game is going to be in both of our best bets. But Cam, do you want me to start with my bronze, or would you like to?
Yeah, I know you start with your bronze. I'm trying to figure it out right here.
All right, my bronze pick of the week is the Green Bay Packers. You could have made this line -9.5. I don't care who's playing quarterback for either team. The Packers just dominate Chicago. So give me the Green Bay Packers against the Chicago Bears -4 as my bronze selection.
It's a good pick, Drew. I'm going to go with my bronze selection. I am going to take the San Francisco 49ers -3 against Miami. I think this is a spot for them. This is where they tell Miami, we're the real deal. We're the kings of the NFC. I know Philadelphia is still a great team, but San Francisco brings defense to the table, and I think they could stifle an amazing attack with Miami with their speed. San Francisco, they're just mean. Their team, they got a lot of great defensive players. I'll take the Niners -3.5.
I hope they do win outright, Cam, because that would help the Buffalo Bills division chances. All right, my silver pick is the Houston Texans. We said it when we covered the game. This is their Super Bowl. This is their owners going to be putting money in their pockets if they win this football game. Deshaun Watson hasn't played football in 700 days, and you expect him to win the game by 7 points. I don't see it. I don't care who he's playing in this football game, so give me the Texans.
Oh, boy, man. These are tough to narrow it down. Like, I really want to do something risky here, but I don't know. Tennessee Titans. Drew, what am I going to do?
I don't think the Titans is that risky. I like that pick.
Yeah, but yeah, I really want to get this one right. I want to take the Jets. I know what? I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals as my silver.
I like
plus 2.5. I got to stick to what I do, Drew. It's just, I know I like to take these weird games and hard games.
Cats.
It's been working. Yeah, home cats have been working the last few weeks. I'm with Cincinnati. I know you love Kansas City, but I think the Bengals are going to win this game. I will take the 2.5 points. Thank you.
My gold pick, Cam, I'm falling for the trap on Thursday Night Football. Josh Allen has dominated the Patriots in recent years outside of that one hurricane force winds game. So Give me the Bills to win by 4.5 points. If this was in Buffalo, they're probably favored by 9.5, 10. So give me the Bills minus 4.5. What is your gold pick?
Well, you know where it is. It's a team that's cost me so much money this year in big parlays and stuff, but this is the week. The Houston Texans were getting a full touchdown by the time we taped the show. I think they can beat Cleveland. People just assume Deshaun Watson's going to be amazing. I don't know about that. I think Houston's going to be ready. They're going to hate this guy. And this is the one game of the year where I actually think they win and don't care about the draft pick and go out there and play. Give me Houston +7. I think they can win outright.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of a game where someone's going to come in with more hate than this. Like like Tom Brady's return to New England, he was loved.
Yeah.
I don't like, when's the last time someone returned to all these boos? Like maybe Vic after his prison thing, but that wasn't even because of a team. Like I don't know who's been hated by a team. Like I can't think of a more hated player than Watson's going to be in Houston this weekend. And it affects guys. I don't know how he's going to perform in that situation, especially off this long rest and days off. All right, Cam, Survivor picks before we get out of here. Where are you leaning? Your top 3 Survivor selections this week. I can tell you right now who we're deciding between in our pool is Cleveland, Seattle, and Minnesota. Those are the 3. And I was like, I am not taking Cleveland. But Seattle, I don't want to take a division game, but I feel like that's the only option.
I would actually take Baltimore if they haven't been used as my top game against Denver. I'm not taking Cleveland because I told you we like Houston. We think they can win. And you know what? Baltimore or Seattle. That's my 1-2. I think Seattle will go in and beat the Rams on the road. That's a dangerous pick. If you had one, it would be Baltimore. And in the 3 hole, I would put the Dallas Cowboys, but they've probably been used too.
Yeah, we've used both the Ravens and the Cowboys, so that's why.
So what? I have to use a team that we haven't used?
Oh, so I'm just saying, like my pool that I'm in, like we have Cleveland, Seattle, and Minnesota are our main choices.
Those are the only choices you can make. Seattle.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. I think so too, but I'm just worried. I hate picking division road games.
Me too.
It's a scary stuff, but I mean, it's week 13. You don't really have a choice now. All right, everyone. Well, that was it for week 13 of the Drew and Stu podcast. Don't forget to download this podcast on all of your audio platforms, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your audio sources. And once again, these lines have been powered by Sports Interaction, 19+, Ontario, Canada only. Please play responsibly. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good week. May the winners be yours.
This has been Drew and Stu, presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's Sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.